Hello, my name is Karina. I have recently joined the MRI group here at the ETIS Foundation, and I'm working on projects to improve the workflow for assessing the risks of passive implants. Our primary workhorse for these evaluations is the Sim4Life computational simulation platform from our partner ZMT. I usually use the desktop version in the office, but lately I've had to work remotely a lot. Fortunately, I was one of the initial beta users of Sim4Life Web, meaning Sim4Life natively implemented in the cloud, which actually allowed me to successfully complete my simulations on time. Working with Sim4Life Web has been a really positive experience that I would like to share here today. First of all, I have noticed almost no difference from working in the office, which provides multiple licenses and HPC clusters in our server rooms. With Sim4Life Web, I can use any computer or tablet with a modern browser like Chrome, Edge, Firefox, or Safari. No installation or licensing are needed. And on top of this, I can switch back and forth between the desktop and web versions, which makes collaborating on projects super easy. Let's take one of my sub-projects as an example to show you what I mean. This is my laptop, and this is Sim4Life's start window in the browser. As you can see, the projects are neatly organized with selectable thumbnails, and it's easy to spot my MRI-related projects. They are all in pink. I opened this project in which I have already loaded the CAD file of the tibial clay. My goal of today is to perform a Tier 4 RF heating evaluation with the maximum acceptable fields in normal operating mode. Next, I load Billy, one of the high-resolution anatomical models from the virtual population library. Even over a moderately fast internet connection, you can already see how smoothly I can perform operations on the model. Now comes the placement of the implant, a critical step. I want to make sure that the placement of the implant is really correct. I would also like to add some screws to make it more realistic. Fortunately, with the web version, I can easily share the project with our expert who can access it straight away from any computer anywhere in the world. The web version makes collaboration so much easier and saves me a lot of time. I now shared my project with Sylvia, and she immediately gets a notification telling her that a project has been shared with her. She can now open my project, make any required changes, and add notes of what has been changed. This is looking good now. In order to evaluate the heating in a worst-case position in an MRI birdcage, I choose a 1.5 Tesla coil and place the leg in the center of the coil, and use the Huygens source to apply the fields from the IIQ channels of the coil, which have already been simulated. To speed up the process and get my results fast, I select a powerful machine on AWS. This simulation took less than 30 minutes, and I can directly inspect the results. First, I visualize the loss density distribution in the body. You can see the field distribution from the circular polarized RF field, as well as the location of the implant. We can also see the temperature distribution locally in the tissues after 6 minutes of exposure. Last, we project the temperature rise onto the surface of the implant to find the hotspots in the surrounding tissue. The maximum temperature rise at this exposure is 0.2 Kelvin. This aligns well with our Tier 4 analysis. Now that I've completed my part in the MRI implant safety workflow, I can share the project with my supervisor. He will scale the field strength to the levels permitted by the IEC standard for partial body exposure and use the results for the next steps in the workflow. I can also quickly check how expensive this was. The total project costs for me, working within an academic institution, was around 150 credits, less than $10 US. This is surprisingly low. ZMT is really supportive of academic institutions. I am definitely a fan of Sim4Life Web. It has made my life a lot easier, and I'm sure it can be great for other organizations too, as it provides maximum flexibility when you need to run multiple simulations in parallel, like here at the ITIS Foundation. I think it is a game changer for small companies that only conduct simulations from time to time and are not ready to invest in infrastructure. However, it is also very useful for research institutions like the ITIS Foundation. Why not give it a try yourself? In fact, I learned that ZMT is offering a special voucher with 1,000 free credits for the first 1,000 early adopters until the end of March.